So we're here with Artur, the art director and lead project manager, we would say, for the branding and theme arts of the Eurovision Song Contest in Basel. Where do you even begin to create this whole? It's such a big thing. Where do you begin?
Hi. So we started with a vision, which was worked at SRG. Before I started to work on the project in July, there was already a document, which for me is the strategic document. And that document was delivered to every creative person that was coming in the project. And that was the welcome home. The welcome home for SRG had a lot of aspects, which we tried to explain with our manifesto film today. So the first part that we saw, it's to transport the feeling of what we want with the welcome home. So one of the aspects was, of course, Switzerland being the first country to host the Eurovision. And then the other one, that's where fun starts on my side, was to try to find the golden nugget that we can have to tell a story, that it tells something and has a meaning for the country. We started to dig in to try to find this, and then we ended up with the one insight that everyone got related to, about Switzerland being a country that we do listen to each other. That's very represented very well on the democracy, for example. So we thought, okay, this is our first start, and that after that I started to think, how can we link that to the branding of Eurovision? And that's when we found this very amazing aspect about when 2 years come together, they shape a heart, and that's when we were like, there it is, our idea, our branding has the Swiss touch and has the Eurovision touch, and then from there we started to ask, okay, what happens when millions of people come together? Because that's Eurovision, right? It's not just one or two people listening to each other and listening to music. So we brought all of that community to the design, and that's when the Swiss Grid was born, and that's when magic happens, and we just celebrate people coming together to listen to the same tune, therefore shaping love.
And I'm a bit curious about the creative process. So you're working on this, and at what point do you feel that it clicks? Like, this is it. What made you feel like you were on the right track?
I normally tell that with a feeling in the body. You working on a creative approach. Again, when you are focusing on a strategy, focusing on a vision, welcome home, you have a very clear insight about Switzerland being a country that we listen to each other, and therefore when you listen to each other, it shapes love. And then on top of that, if you look at what we do, what we wanted to do with the Eurovision, it was one of those evenings where I was trying to find it. What does this listening mean in design? And then I found this meme, and I was like, this is it. And then I was like, this is perfect. And then you have this feeling in the body, and you're like, this just makes sense. So, and then of course you present that to people, you tell the story, and if people relate to it, that's when you feel that you're in the right path. Basically, it's about the gut feeling and the human feeling when you have a narrative, and then when you tell about the narrative, and if it makes sense, it's just the right decision to make.
Well, we can't wait to see it broadcasted in the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.